Welcome, everyone, to our monthly E3 Parent Summit. This will be our final presentation for the 24-25 school year. The purpose of the E3 Parent Summit is to engage with our families, equip them with practical resources they can use, and empower them to succeed on their journey in independent study with the Blue Ridge Academy. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Anna Aguilar, and I'm one of 3 family liaisons here to support our families and staff at the Blue Ridge Academy, along with Alicia Chavez and Shannon Eves. We specialize in supporting our wonderful families with virtual resources. We have podcasts, valuable workshops, vendor support. We also moderate all of our social media platforms for the Blue Ridge Academy. Please note that today's session will be recorded for future viewing on our Blue Ridge Academy Parent Information Center, along with all of our other previously recorded sessions that you're welcome to view at a later time. And to help the session run smoothly, here are a couple requests before we begin this presentation. Please keep your microphones muted and cameras turned off. Hold all questions until the end of the presentation. There will be time allotted at the end of the presentation for questions and answers. But if you want to keep it fresh, you are welcome to submit any questions in the comment box, which will be answered once again at the end of the presentation. Thank you so much. Now, please take a moment to look at today's presentation guide. We will begin today by hearing from Megan Klending, our academic decathlon and pentathlon coach. We are so excited to share with you this amazing program that we have here at the Blue Ridge Academy. Take it away, Megan.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for that introduction. Like she said, my name is Megan Clendenning, and I am the academic decathlon and pentathlon coach here at Blue Ridge. Very excited to share that this year's theme is going to be the Roaring 20s, which I'm super excited to share. So you might be wondering, what is academic decathlon? And we can see that on the next slide. The academic pentathlon and decathlon is an academic competition open for any 6th through 12th grader who'd like to participate. There's no GPA requirement. We compete at the regional level along with some other online independent charter schools in California. This course is designed to prepare students for the academic decathlon and pentathlon regional competition. For middle school, which is the pentathlon, it's an elective ungraded class. And for high school, the decathlon, it's an A through G elective graded class on the master agreement. So to compare academic decathlon versus academic pentathlon, like I said, the academic decathlon is for our high school students, so grades 9 through 12, and it is a 10-event scholastic competition that covers 7 subjects, as well as 3 additional parts. We have a science, literature, art, social science, math, music, and economics. And all of those have a unit exam, multiple choice exam that they complete. They also have a speech that they do, one prepared speech and one impromptu speech, as well as a timed essay and an interview that they do about themselves. For the academic pentathlon, as I said, that is for our middle schoolers, grades 6 through 8, and it is a 5-event scholastic competition that covers science, literature, fine arts, social science, and math. And in that literature section, we also have a timed essay that is 40 minutes about the book that we read that year. For the student requirements for the academic decathlon and pentathlon, the first is to read the weekly material following a pacing guide. For academic decathlon, we go a little faster since there's more material. And for pentathlon, it goes a little slower since there's only 5 subjects versus 7 subjects. They also take a quiz on each section of the reading via Google Forms. These quizzes can be retaken as many times as needed. And as I said before, Pentathlon, the middle school class is not graded, and the decathlon is graded based on those quizzes as well as extra assignments. Another requirement is to attend the weekly class, which is an hour long, or watch the recording on the Google Classroom. Also to practice their essay. And for decathlon, they have to practice a speech, writing their speech, both a prepared speech and prepare for an impromptu speech, as well as an interview for, again, decathlon only, to prepare for that interview. You might be wondering, how is this class formatted? We use the Google Classroom where all readings, assignments, and class announcements are located. We also meet via Zoom, and the classes right now for pentathlon are Mondays at 2 p.m. and decathlon is Mondays at 3 p.m. The class meetings, again, are recorded and posted on the Google Classroom. The competition is virtual, and for decathlon, the competition is a Friday, Saturday, and Saturday in January, and for pentathlon, it is a Friday in March. Right now, we don't have the competitions for the next school year, but I will keep you updated when those are. Why join academic decathlon and pentathlon? Well, for one, it stands out on college applications and resume. It's also an opportunity to learn time management, public speaking skills, test taking, and study skills. It also prepares students, the middle school students for high school, the high school students for future jobs and college. It helps you to gain knowledge and support your academics. It's also challenging and fun, and it's an A through G elective credit for those high school students. Some awards and testimonials. For pentathlon won 32 medals this year, 15 gold medals, 7 silver, and 10 bronze. And the decathletes won 5 medals, 1 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze this year. Some of the pentathletes shared some testimonials that I wanted to share. Academic pentathlon taught me so much, not only on all the subjects, but also in better study habits and how to prepare for tests. I learned a lot from pentathlon and learned it in a fun way that helped me remember. Pentathlon is an exciting, enjoyable way to test your academic strengths and study skills. Because of pentathlon, I feel more confident when taking tests, and pentathlon helped me find something within myself that I didn't know I had. That just shows how much our students love pentathlon. And if you want to join, if you're interested in signing your student up, if they are interested, you can email me your name, email, student's full name, and student's email if available, as well as their grade and HST's name to my email. Then you'll purchase the class and Procurify in August. The high school students need their HST to add this class to their master agreement. And I will send you and your student a Google Classroom invite at the beginning of the school year. Note, there are 15 spots opening for decathlon and 30 spots for pentathlon. That's just a little bit about our academic decathlon and pentathlon program at Blue Ridge, and I'm so excited to share our students. We have Isaiah Gittens, who was in our decathlon, and Patience, who are going to share a little bit about their experiences in academic decathlon and pentathlon.
Hi everyone. My name is Isaiah Gittens. I was in academic decathlon. I've been in academic decathlon for 2 years, and I spent a few years in pentathlon before moving up. And it's an incredible experience. For one, it's free credits. Kind of, well, not really, but you get to get the credits. And it really adds on something where you have to learn how to manage some work. And it's very enjoyable. Every week you get to meet with your coach, and you get to talk to other students in the program. And then I guess if you love Jeopardy, which I do, that was one of my inspirations to do it. It was my love for that game show. And doing I learned more about the different subjects, different parts of each subject, and topics than I thought I could even know ever about. And it's been a useful way to apply little skills I've learned over time, as well as learning things there, which I've also applied to other tests and things that have been very useful, such as even my PSAT tests. The things I've learned in decathlon have helped me to manage not only stress like magnificently. I have no problem dealing with it now, pretty much, but also time and simply a work ethic that has gotten me going. And I know how to, I know a lot more than I did before. And uh, let's see. I just really loved being in decathlon from day one. My mom asks, "Hey, you want to try this new program thing?" And she gave me a brief description on pentathlon. Actually, I was in middle school, and then as I moved up, I was nervous about decathlon because I was worried about having to give a speech. But really, I learned nothing's actually that nerve-wracking about it. Like from the outside, it looks nervous. I was nervous, but once I started, I realized that I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, and it was really incredible being able to write speeches, give other students feedback on theirs, and then receiving feedback. And it's just ways to better yourself every little thing we do. And then I've gotten my one of my brothers who's now doing pentathlon, and hopefully that when I'm in senior year, he will do decathlon with me, and I will be able to work with him. And he can work with me on like a more personal level, even more so, as we're brothers. And you also get a medal for what you do if you win. So that was a bonus. But I've just really loved the work and having to study all the time for it. It's something to do that I know wouldn't be a waste of time because I'm going to be getting something out of it. So it was really I really love doing it, and I hope to do it like until I graduate. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, Isaiah. That was wonderful. And next, we want to hear from Patience Peterson about academic pentathlon.
Hello, my name is Patience Peterson, and I've been a part of Academic Pentathlon for the past 2 years. Academic Pentathlon is a really good way for middle schoolers to be able to learn about topics like last year it was neuroscience, this year it was like the history of climate change, all kinds of things that outside of this maybe you wouldn't learn about as much. And it's also a really good way to reach out to other students and figure out what other people are interested in. You like on the Zoom meetings, you can study together, do all kinds of things. If you see someone you already know, then you can talk to them. People you don't know, you can get to know over a shared interest. And the competition is a really good way to not necessarily force you to study, but help you to want to study and like be able to actually do the quizzes again or take notes and then look back on them. And you don't have to do that, but it just helps you to want to learn how to study and like learn how to prepare for a test and a competition. And getting a medal motivates. And it teaches you how to organize your time because with the pacing guide, if you look at it and you're doing history and then you're going to do science, then you know when you're doing it and which sections you're going to do when. And it makes you learn how to organize it and do when you're going to do it and actually learn how to do it before the meetings so that you can do well on the mini quizzes. And overall, it's just a really helpful way to learn about new interesting topics, get to know other students, and learn how to study and manage your time really well. Thank you.
We also had one student who wanted to share who couldn't be here today. Her name was Emilia Olivo, and she shared this with me, which was really thoughtful and really felt so special to me to hear this. But she shared my experience in academic pentathlon was amazing, but having a positive, diligent coach made it even better. Every time we met to study, despite the large amount of material we had to cover through the year, it was easier to learn and remember because of Miss C. She was always open to questions, explained things clearly, and showed great patience. Miss C encouraged us through our pentathlon preparation, and that helped me feel calm, focused, and confident going into the test. I would definitely attend decathlon without thinking twice. Thanks to Missy, I've got a brain filled to the brim of pentathlon powered facts, just in case one day I ever end up on a game show. Thank you, Emily O.
Oh, thank you so much, Ms. Clending and Isaiah and Patience. Thank you for sharing your impactful experience with academic decathlon and pentathlon teams here at Blue Ridge. I hope this encourages more students to get involved. And hey, keep bringing home those medals because that's awesome. I love to see all of that, all of those jewels on there, all of that gold over there. So congratulations. Thank you so much. Next, we have the honor of hearing from some of our amazing students here at Blue Ridge. And the whole focus right now is to celebrate our students and their achievements. One of those students is Hunter Gomez. Hunter will share with us his journey, passion, and accomplishments with the Young Marines and how he will be graduating with the class of 2025. At this time, he is going to be sharing his screen and his journey with us.
Hi, can everyone hear and see the screen okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Hunter Gomez. I'm going to be sharing my high school accomplishments, what I'm graduating with, and also the Young Marines organization. So let's just get straight into it. So this is me about a couple years ago. I joined the Blue Ridge Academy when COVID hit. I was in 7th grade, and my parents decided to take me out of public schooling and put me in Blue Ridge Academy. And the reason why I was put into this school was because my sister was already in it, and I wanted to see what homeschooling was all about, and as well as staying safe. So this is me holding an academic achievement. This was my first year after Blue Ridge Academy. So yeah. Now let me get into the main juicy part of this presentation. The Young Marines, what is it? If you look at the images below, it changes you. The Young Marines is a youth organization program for boys and girls ages 8 to the graduation of high school. And primarily, its job is to instill the values of leadership, discipline, teamwork, self-control, motivation, and give you something to do in life. Help guide you with your goals in the future. Give you career choices, career paths, and basically, as you can see, this is my first day at recruit training. This was actually before I joined Blue Ridge Academy, but showing some younger pictures of me, thought it would help with the presentation. So some of my accomplishments while being in the Young Marines. So on the left here, you can see an old Young Marine Esprit article, which is a magazine published to thousands of people across the world. Actually, it basically shows the accomplishments of what you write down. So, for example, if you want to publish an article, you can talk about your experiences. I have made 15 publications, which I found interesting to share everything I had experienced to everybody else. The middle image here is the Presidential Volunteer Service Award. Most of you may not recognize it, but it is not necessarily affiliated with the Young Marines, but I was able to earn it through them. Basically, I've actually earned 4 of the gold levels and 1 silver level recently. It is for completing a certain amount of community service hours. So, for example, say you go around the community finding things to do, and if you have done 300 hours of service, you can earn the Presidential Volunteer Service Award. It is in the name, it's presidential, meaning you get a certificate signed by the president and the pin that you can wear with any suit, or in my case, a uniform. And I actually have earned several of these because of my efforts, in supporting my community. And on the far right here, this screenshot was taken from my database. This shows how many ribbons I've earned. Each ribbon represents something I've done within my Young Marine career. Like, for example, this one, where is it? This one right here is the basic first aid ribbon for, learning first aid. And then this one up here is the good conduct ribbon for showing, perfect attendance over a certain amount of time. And one of the more important ones is this one right here, the yellow blue with the DEA device on it. That represents you being drug free, learning about drug demand reduction and influencing other people to stay away from harmful substances that can, hurt you in the long run. So here's some other accolades of mine. I'll just go over these briefly. The left was the Personal Achievement Award, which right here on my ribbon rack is this one. This was representing me having a very good attendance rate, having 100% actually, and being able to change the lives of over 700 young, boys and girls between the ages of 8 and 18. The middle one here is when I graduated Advanced Leadership School. The guy on the left, his name is Colonel Bill Davis. He is the National Executive Director of the Marines. And then the certificate on the right is the Commendation of Merit Award. I got this for several other things I've done within the program, but I'm going to be going over my biggest accomplishment right now, which also gave me this ribbon, which is my Veterans Appreciation Plaque. So if you're wondering what all this is, I'm going to start on the left here. The Distinguished Order of Merit Pin. This is the highest award you can get within the Young Marines. I decided to look it up, and I was like, hey, why not challenge myself a little bit and do something grand for this award? So I decided to go along and create a Veterans Appreciation Plaque to put on display to support all the veterans of the past, the present, and the future. And that is what the middle image is right here. This is a Bronze Veterans Appreciation Plaque, and it was dedicated on November 11th, last year. It was dedicated by me, and of course, a special thank you to the city of Palmdale. And then on the right is a certificate I got from Palmdale, for doing this. But the biggest part of the event was hosting the actual dedication ceremony. Now, instead of hosting it myself, which was my initial plan, instead I joined the city of Palmdale. We kind of joined forces here, and we were able to, do both ceremonies in one go. So as you can see on the left here, this is actually a news article thumbnail with me and Council Member Eric Olson. We're just standing there showcasing the plaque, and then I actually had to give a speech, about me and about the plaque itself and my journey in creating it and my journey in the Young Marines program. So yeah, that was a very fulfilling experience. And then very recently, I recently went to Guam and Iwo Jima just this March, honoring the World War II veterans. So as you can see here on the left, I'm actually here on the top of Mount Suribachi. There's a Japanese memorial here, basically talking about the island. And I can't remember what that says exactly because I don't know how to speak Japanese or write Japanese. But the tour guide said it was basically a representation of the island and how, there are different memorials where each of these squares are. And then on the right is just a group photo of us on Guam. A couple other photos. On the left here, we have an actual, Marine who fought in World War II standing next to the flag that was raised. And on the right here is me standing nearby to the exact location. He's standing right here where my mouse cursor is pointing, and I'm standing right here. I found it really cool to be standing in a place where living history is made. It's only open once a year, so very few people are able to actually experience this. And then here's me standing with the remaining veterans who are still surviving today, who are alive and well, and they are continuing to attend events and making an influence on young people like myself. So if you guys have any questions about the Young Marines program, you can find out more at the website directed here, or you can call and email me with my contact information, phone number, and email. If you're interested in joining the program, you can also feel free to contact me. I'll direct you to my unit commander or any units in your area. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time and listening.
Thank you, Hunter, and best wishes to you on your future. In 8th grade, during your 8th grade promotion, you gave a speech there, and
I
it was
did.
so impactful. Yes. And
Yes.
actually, as you graduate this next week, you will also be giving another valedictorian speech. So it's like a full circle. So we enjoyed watching your journey. And it's such a privilege to be able to see your growth through your journey with Blue Ridge as well. So congratulations, and again, best wishes on your future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And this afternoon, we are also very privileged to introduce you to Zoe Kim. I can go on and on about all of her accolades, but I think it's best for you to hear it from the champion herself. I'd like to introduce Zoe Kim.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Zoe Kim, and I'm honored to share a bit of my story with you today as a senior of Blue Ridge Academy. Move on to the next slide. So my journey for fencing started when I was 7 years old, taking a simple Parks and Rec fencing class in Santa Clarita. In the top left corner, you can see that's my very first fencing class. And as you can see, yes, I did not wear any shoes or socks because I just came from a Taekwondo class. So yeah, this was my first steps into fencing. Um, After taking more classes, I started to really enjoy fencing and competing, and found early success, which motivated me to work harder. Um, and the next photo, that's me winning, I think, first place at UC San Diego. The next photo, I think that was my first ever national medal. I placed eighth. Um, and the next photo, that was me in Grenoble, France. Um, I was doing a team event, and this is a photo of me in action. Yeah, and the rest of the photos down here are just more photos of me in action at international events. Yeah, as I reached junior high, I was traveling to up to 16 tournaments a year, local, national, and like I said, even international events. With such a tight schedule because of fencing, my family and I knew I needed a school that could help me stay on track academically while pursuing my sport. And that's when we found Blue Ridge Academy. So we can move on to the next slide. Blue Ridge gave me the flexibility to study while I traveled, complete assignments between training, and stay connected with my teachers and learning, no matter where in the world I was competing, to stay competitive academically while balancing training and travel. I took advanced placement courses, also known as AP classes, through Florida Virtual Online School, and also enrolled in college level courses through Los Angeles City College, also known as ALCC. LACC. These opportunities allowed me to challenge myself and strengthen my academic profile, especially as I set my sights on top tier and Ivy League universities. My biggest dream was always to be recruited to a top NCAA Division I school, not just to fence, but to prepare for the Olympics. I was scouted by Stanford, Princeton, Yale, and Columbia, and ultimately recruited by UPenn, Duke, Northwestern, and Notre Dame. In some of these photos, you can see, yeah, these are the schools that I visited. Some of these photos, I was actually in the fencing training room with all the fencers, and I got to meet with the teammates and the coaches, and I was able to see like a little bit of a sneak peek of what they do in college. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And after a lot of consideration, I chose Notre Dame because of their amazing fencing legacy, their Olympic caliber athletes, and their strong academic support. And I know Notre Dame is the place where I can continue chasing my Olympic dream while getting a world-class education. We can move on to the next slide. Here are some of the places that I've traveled internationally. In the top left corner, that is when I got gold at the Pan American Championships in Brazil. In the middle, that is also when I got gold in a team event in Grenoble, France. And in the top right corner, this is just me in Budapest. They have beautiful, beautiful sites there. Below, you see there's Grenoble, there's Rio, Brazil. I went to Vienna, Bratislava, and Zurich. With Blue Ridge's support, I was able to fully commit to my goals. I was honored to be selected for the USA Cadet International Team and travel all over the world representing my country. And like I said, over 4 years, I won 2 gold medals for Team USA, took home the gold with the junior team, and like I said, the Pan American Championships. And I also placed in top 8 individually at both national and international cadet and junior events. And I was also proud to receive All-American and all academic honors through the USA Fencing Association. We can move on to the next. Here's a video of one of my favorite touches in Belgrade, Serbia. It was for the USA final touch for the win against the Hungary team. We could play the video right now. Oh. Yeah. So in this video, it was actually a very, very tight bout against the other team. We were actually down by a few touches, and for me, I was the last bout for the team, and so I had to catch up, and we went into this thing called priority, where it's basically a sudden death touch where we have 1 minute, one person, either one of us will have priority, and basically that means that we have 1 minute to score a touch. Whoever has the priority wins when the 1 minute goes out. And so, yeah, it was a very, very intense touch, but is definitely one of my favorite touches. We can move on. None of this would have been possible without fencing and the structure of Blue Ridge Academy. It gave me the freedom to chase my dreams, the tools to stay grounded in my education, and the encouragement to believe that I could truly do both. So I want to really thank Blue Ridge Academy for helping make my dream a reality. And yeah, thank you.
Oh, Zoe, we're so proud of you. And at such a young age, you have traveled the world and experienced so many victories, yet there is so much more that awaits you. We wish you the best success for your future. And I know that Blue Ridge, we will be here cheering you on to victory. And we just can't wait to see what more successes you have to come. So thank you so much for sharing this with us. And next, we cannot end this presentation without allowing this next young man to share his inspiring journey and selfless acts of service that has led him to receive his awards and acknowledgements. Join me in welcoming our final student achiever, Cornell Alexander Sklar.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Hello, everyone. My name's Cornell, and I've been a homeschool charter student here since the 4th grade. And I am also a recipient of the Gold Congressional Youth Award. Here, we can switch the slide. There we go. All right. The Congressional Youth Award is the highest honor the United States Congress can bestow on civilian youth. Their motto is earned, not won. It requires 4 aspects for completion: voluntary public service, personal development, physical fitness, and exploration. I started working towards these goals as a freshman, and I will be receiving the bronze and silver Congressional Award medals from my local congressperson this year, whenever they can schedule it. I've completed the gold medal requirements, although I will be waiting for the next gold medal summit in Washington, D.C., so I can be awarded it there. This has involved over 1,000 hours of volunteer work. Originally, I found out about this award when I was the president of the NJHS, and I thank them greatly for telling me about this opportunity. Quite frankly, I highly suggest joining the Honor Society if you're invited. Let me switch slides. But as I was saying, for my volunteer public service, I volunteer at the Thor program, in which it was, in fact, thanks to homeschooling that I discovered the Thor program. Me and my brothers have been taking lessons for PE since elementary school. They are, in fact, Blue Ridge vendors. Their programs specialize into providing equine therapy to mentally and physically disabled children and adults. At one point, I was volunteering almost 20 hours a week. They also have an amazing veterans program and do wonders for our community. I have also fundraised for them. I helped set up an event that raised over $12,000 for the organization, and I was even fundraising at the Makers Fair last year. We can switch slides. For personal development, I read, studied, took classes, even acted in an indie movie. Then I went to leadership conference, and pictured right there is the fourth president of Mongolia. He chose for me to receive the presidential pen as an outstanding student leader for my accomplishments. When it comes to my fitness hours, I competed in Gymkhana competitions, I ran ultra marathons, and I fought a sport called Muay Thai. For my expeditions, I planned various rucks in the Big Bear, Lake Arrowhead, and a few expeditions in the Death Valley. It's a fun place. We can switch slides. Although I could not use school accredited activities for any of my awards, homeschooling complements the program well. Academics are not included in the award, but I have thrived at Blue Ridge and I'm graduating a year early. I will be attending Belmont Abbey in the fall, and because of the Congressional Award and my volunteer hours, I have been awarded a number of local scholarships that will help continue my education. I will be wearing cords at my graduation next week that I received from the Congressional Youth Award Office. When it comes to this, I really have to thank my mother, my family, my HSTs, Miss Jen Marin and Miss Kenyon. I'm truly indebted to Blue Ridge Academy and helping shape my future and allowing me to follow my interests wherever they lead. And of course, I have to thank the lovely Miss Aguilar. And all of you, thank you for your time.
Cornell, you have been making such a huge difference in this world. Just know that the staff here at Blue Ridge are so proud of you and of your journey that you choose to take while studying here at Blue Ridge. We know that you, along with all of these other students, will leave this school and go on to do bigger and better things. You all will make this world a better place for our future, and we can't thank you enough. Thank you all for sharing your journeys with us and inspiring us to go beyond our academic studies and pursue our passions. I am just inspired by all of you, and you as well as Hunter are graduating early. Your accomplishments have gone well beyond your years. So kudos to all of you. Kudos to your parents who have encouraged you to pursue these dreams. Again, like you said, kudos to your teachers who have walked beside you and all of those staff members who have encouraged you to pursue your dreams and your endeavors. Thank you. And this is why you got to present today as student achievers. We're so proud of you, and we're so honored and privileged that you got to experience this and be part of Blue Ridge Academy. So thank you so much. We appreciate you being here. And for those of you that are watching either the recording or visiting us live, we want to thank you for joining us today. We have a few ending thoughts before we go into our Q&A. One, again, thank you for celebrating with us and our amazing students here at Blue Ridge. Just take a moment if you can. We have a QR code there. Take a moment to fill out our survey. We want to know two things. How did we do? Did you enjoy this? Did you have any thoughts? Also, if you want to suggest any topics that you would like us to present, if you have anything or any ideas that we can submit, you're welcome to do that with this survey. If you have any questions that you would like our support with, please put that in the survey and we'd be happy to address those. So please click the link. And if you want to watch any of our previously recorded videos, we would appreciate that. We have lots of different content, lots of different topics. So we'd be happy to support you in that. Our final slide is our time for Q&A. So if you have any questions, you are welcome to unmute your microphones. You can take off your cameras and show your faces if you feel comfortable. We will be looking at our chat if there are any questions there. You're welcome to speak to our students, encourage them, ask them questions. Also, we have our academic decathlon and pentathlon coach here. If you want to ask them questions, you're welcome to do so. So we're going to open it up for a few more minutes. And if not, then I will come back and give a final thank you as we exit. Let's check for questions. actually, I do have a question for Cornell. When did you start with this organization, like volunteering with this organization?
Well, I was actually volunteering before I signed up for the Congressional Award. It's been, oh my goodness, it's been 5 years now. It's been quite some time, man.
And what was it that got you engaged in wanting to be part or volunteering? Or was it volunteering first, or were you participating first?
Well, originally I was writing there, and then they needed some help, and who am I not to lend a hand? It's just who I am, man.
Mm. Wonderful, thank you. Hunter, who got you involved with the Young Marines? Was it a family member, a friend? How did you start getting engaged with the Young Marines, Hunter?
So when I was to how do I put this? So for the Young Marines, in order to get in, you have to be recruited, or you could just contact. Well, nowadays you contact a unit commander, but back then there were these little recruiting stations that would be set up. My parents, or my mom specifically, walked over, and she thought it would be a good way to, start getting more involved with the community. Start benefiting myself and others around me. So she signed me up without any question, and I was in. And here I am, almost 10 years later. Still in the program, and yeah, so kudos to my mom for that.
Yeah, I have to say that I voluntarily volunteered my kids several times. So yeah, kudos to mom.
I just want to say congratulations to all of you. That's quite an accomplishment all of you have done. I want to give a special shout out to Patience because she's my student and I'm so incredibly proud of her. I know how hard she works. Saw her during this process, and congratulations, Patience.
Isaiah, I have a question for you. What grade are you in, and what grade is your brother in?
I'm in the 10th grade, and my brother's in the 7th grade, so he's currently doing pentathlon, and this is my second year of decathlon. So by the time I reach the 12th grade, senior year, he should be freshman, I think. Yeah,
Oh,
he'll be in 9th grade, so we'll be able to do decathlon together for 1 year.
that's awesome. That is awesome. What a goal. And Patience, I believe you have a sibling that's also in academic decathlon. Is that correct?
Yes. My little brother is in 6th grade and he's in the pentathlon with me.
No, this is becoming a family affair. How neat. Okay, Zoe, I'm going to ask you a silly question, and it's just because I need to know. When you're wearing that fencing mask, is it really hard to see in there?
I think I will say when I first started fencing, it definitely was a bit difficult to look out of the mask, but I think, since I've been fencing for so long, I've gotten really used to just like looking through the mask. Like it really just looks like you're not really wearing anything. I think, I don't know, a way to describe it is like if you put like a mesh in front of your face, I think that's probably the best way to describe it. That's probably what it looks like inside the mask. But yeah, I think I do remember my mom tried fencing and she like, she put on the mask and she was like, "How do you see out of this? It's so hard to see." I was like, "Well, you just get used to it."
Yeah, I would think so, because then, even okay, excuse me for my elementary knowledge, but even the sword, I don't know the name of it, it's so thin, like, uh, how do you see it with that map? I that's all I'm thinking. I'm like, but I'm blind in one eye. So with that said, I don't think that would be the best game or the best thing I should be doing. That's awesome though. Okay, I'm going to ask one more question to Cornell. Cornell, think about maybe a time, maybe a memory that like inspired you, maybe a student that inspired you, that refreshed your like your purpose, like because of this experience you're like, this is why I do what I do.
Well, every lesson is like that. All right, I go out and I help someone. I'm not just helping them. I'm also helping the instructors. The instructors, they need help. They're understaffed. It in many ways also takes care of the animals. Stuff we do brings more attention, which every aspect of it, I would like to believe, leads to something good. So I believe that in and of itself is enough to, I guess you could say, motivate me in some ways, if that's what you're looking for.
That's wonderful.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
All of you, you are such an inspiration. Thank you so much. We're so grateful to have you visiting us and sharing with us today. And again, this is so many people will be watching this recording later on, and so for years to come. And I hope that they continue to be inspired by what you do. And I can't wait to show even this video in a decade from now and see where you're at and how where you have journeyed onto and where you have grown. So I'm going to hold on to this video for a long time, say I knew them when. So congratulations again, and we will see you on graduation day for some of you, and when that comes for the rest of you. So best wishes again. Thank you all for joining us today. We wish you the best, and thank you for journeying with us for the 24-25 school year. Have a wonderful rest of the year. Take care, everyone.
All right, thank you, ma'am. I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
See you next
Thank
week.
you.